Hey guys, what's up? It's Monkey. I'm back for another video. In today's video, we will be continuing What If Cell Went Back Too Far. This is of course part 5, so yeah, before we get into it, make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe, as it would greatly be appreciated, and go follow my Instagram, which is Monkey, because I actually am thinking about posting art. Yes, different art there that I draw, because I do sometimes like to just draw stuff, and yeah, you don't want to miss any uploads. Also, turn on the bell so you don't miss any uploads if you don't want to miss anything. And with that being said, let's continue this what if. So Kami is flying on Namek and he spots Frieza tormenting the Namekians. Of course he's with Zarbon and Dodoria. Kami wastes no time and he attacks. He is able to kill not only Dodoria but also Zarbon. However, he's pretty shocked because Zarbon powers up to his monstrous form, but he's able to pretty easily take him down and he easily defeats the monster. Zarbon then tries to, flee, but Kami decides he's just gonna kill him. So yeah, he then tries to take on Frieza and is defeated. Frieza laughs, thinking that, he's just another Namekian, telling the Namekian that he was actually quite powerful for a Namekian. He didn't know there was any Namekians on this planet this powerful. Kami, however, laughs, telling Frieza there's a creature on this planet who is many times stronger than him. This kind of worries Frieza, but he assumes he's just bluffing, and so he prepares a death beam. Someone, however, hits him out of his floating chair thing, and it is Cell. I sense your power, Kami. I'm sorry I didn't get here faster. Frieza looked at Cell. Oh, and who might you be? Cell smirks at Frieza. Frieza, if I were you, I would run. Frieza takes this as a bluff, to which Cell decides to show him his power. He powers up to a power level of, we're going to say, of about 250 million, enough to scare Frieza. And Frieza is shocked. What? No, this dwarfs even my own power. My own maximum power. No. This must be a mistake. No. The scouter must be broken. However, Cell then immediately obliterates multiple of his soldiers. No, Frieza, the scouter isn't broken. No. Frieza begins to fly into the air. No. He charges up a supernova, a sort of blast, and he says to Cell, let's test how strong you really are. If you're really this powerful, then you'll kill me right here and now. Cell looks up at Frieza. He can tell the Emperor's kind of panicking. Ooh, Frieza, I wouldn't have thought you would have lost your composure this quickly. Frieza screams and he fires this blast at Cell, to which Cell just slaps the blast away, and Frieza is shocked. What? Frieza takes this as an opportunity and says, listen, you may have won for now, but I will be back, and you, Cell, or whatever your name is, I will destroy you. Cell decides that, you know what, he's going to have some fun with Frieza, and he lets Frieza escape. He then tells Kami, stay here. I want to go attend to some business I was actually thinking about doing. Wait for Goku and Raditz to arrive. Meanwhile, Cell has some business he wants to go to do, and Cell decides instead of going after Frieza, he's going to go to the strongest power level besides Kami and he can sense. Obviously, and Frieza, Nail. Cell arrives at Guru's place and he meets Nail, who at first mistakes him for being the evil tyrant. Cell doesn't actually take any offense to this and decides to have a friendly spar against Nail. This results in Cell showing him his power and Nail being pretty shocked. Cell then tells Nail that he's actually here to help and tells him all about Frieza and how he's nothing compared to him. Cell then senses multiple power levels heading straight for the planet. Cell tells Nail that things are going to be interesting, and that Nail should accompany him. Of course, Nail explains everything with the Grand Elder, and Cell meets the Grand Elder. Of course, Cell doesn't know about Guru or Namek, because the tracking device that Dr. Gero put on Goku never went to Namek, and so that's why he didn't know about Super Saiyan. So Cell obviously doesn't know what this is going to do. So Cell decides to have his potential unlocked, to which it gives him, I guess, a decent boost, or not that he really needs it, and Cell decides to ask Nail if there was a way for him to get stronger, to which the Grand Elder actually suggested that Nail, yes, he can get a lot stronger, so he suggests that Nail should have his potential unlocked, but also should absorb him. Yes, Cell was confused on what this was, to which Neo explains the fusion technique of the Namekians. Cell explains that they can always just use the Dragon Balls, and that Neo can then, defuse with Guru. Because Neo is, of course, very, very hesitant. He's meant to be guarding this guy, not absorbing him. But he explains to Neo that he will need to be as powerful as possible for the battles ahead against Frieza and, the Frieza Force. And, of course, King Cold. So Neo absorbs Guru, however, very reluctantly, and he grows tremendously in strength. Of course, right before that, he has his potential unlocked, and this boosts him up to a majorly high power level. I'm going to give him a power level of about 1 million, roughly. I suppose if you absorbed Guru alone, it would take him to 800,000, because of the calc, and the calculations that I did. And what's it called? Of course, he got his potential unlocked by Guru, so I'm just going to say it's going to be about 1 million. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe it would be higher, like it would be 1.5 million, but it doesn't really matter, so yeah. So Neo was a lot stronger. And it's quite shocking, because Neo explains that, they'll definitely have to undo this with the Dragon Balls once this is all over, but for now, he's gonna trust Cell, And, of course, Cell explains that their first challenge is now upon them, and the Ginyu Force then land on the planet. Nail goes and he fights all of them, taking them all out with little to no difficulty. Cell decides to actually drink Captain Ginyu after Nail defeats him, and yeah, I forgot to mention, but Cell has been drinking a lot of the Frieza Force soldiers. He's just been going around drinking them and growing so much in strength. So yeah, Cell is definitely taking advantage of Namek. So Cell then drinks the rest of the Ginyu Force and he obliterates them, to which Frieza, who is actually in final form, arrives. Cell grins, telling the Tyrant that he is back for more now, is he? Frieza fights Nail and does actually defeat him in final form, as Nail only has a power level of, obviously, as I said before, 1 million, and Frieza is a lot. Oh yeah, he's way above 1 million. So Frieza is angry and then targets Cell, going straight into full power, the buff form, and he goes through a massive punch. And as you would imagine, it does nothing to Cell. He gives him the Jiren treatment, blocking it with one finger. Cell looks at Frieza and he stabs him with his tail, beginning to absorb him. Frieza screams, telling him he can please stop absorbing my energy. You can have my empire, my planets. You could have it all. You could be my first-hand man. But it's useless. He begins to power down as Cell sucks him dry, leaving a husk of the former emperor. Frieza tries to say something, but he's then obliterated by Cell with a single blast. Goku and Raditz, who had been training in the gravity ship, would land on Namek and meet up with Cell, who told him to get ready for the next fight. We then saw 2 spaceships arrive. In them were Cooler, yes, I'm going to be making Cooler canon, and King Cold. So yeah, in a lot of my what-ifs, you could expect, like the bigger ones, you can expect Cooler to just be canon, just because I just think it's kind of cool. And yeah, so Cell told Raditz and Goku to power up to their maximum power and to fight King Cold. Meanwhile, he will handle Cooler. Cell tells Nail to go to the village and tell Kami of Goku and Raditz arriving. The 2 brothers fought against Cold in their Ikari forms. King Cold went to his final form and they did somewhat struggle against him. However, they had been training with Cell a bunch, and yeah, they were actually starting to put up a pretty good fight. When Cell joined them, it was quite clear that they were easily going to defeat King Cold. And Cell, of course, did drink a bit of King Cold, weakening him down, but he didn't drink him fully because, he wanted to get Goku and Raditz to defeat them. Cell was kind of hoping maybe Goku or Raditz might die, causing one of them to go Super Saiyan. But this was kind of just, if it happens, it happens. But it didn't happen, obviously. But, Cell can dream. He wants to absorb a Super Saiyan. And at the moment, it doesn't seem that's going to be happening. So, King Cold is defeated. And the final opponent now was Cooler. And Cell was pretty annoyed. Goku nor Raditz had achieved Super Saiyan, and he noticed that Cooler was gone. Yes, Cooler had followed Nail. Nail had been told to go to Kami, as I said before, and Cell realized his mistake. He should never have taken his eyes off of Cooler. He had gone to help Goku and Raditz against King Cold, and now look, he had to pay the price, and he quickly flew after Cooler. He had been distracted helping King Cold, and now he has to pay the price. Cooler fought Nail, who, didn't stand a chance, and he was defeated. Of course, Cargo and Dende are still alive, and all the other Namekians were terrified as Cooler laughed. He charged up a blast, and he prepared to destroy Namek, firing it. And Kami realized that he couldn't block this. However, in the nick of time, Cell flew in, blocking the blast, saving the Namekians. Mori, of course, saw this, and so did the other Namekians, and they all cheered for Cell as he pushed the blast up into the air, into space. He was the savior of Namek. Had Cell not stopped that blast, they'd all be dead. Cell then fought Cooler, and you can probably imagine what happened to Cooler. Yes, he got absorbed. Also, yes, Cooler is, of course, going to be canon in a lot of my other stories. I don't care if you say, oh, Cooler's a movie villain. I like having movie villains be canon in my what ifs. So yeah, if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you, mate. So the story is getting quite interesting now, because obviously we are heading towards the end of the Frieza arc. This is obviously, I'm gonna call this the Namek saga, just because it's a bit easier. So yes, Cooler is canon in this story. You might ask why, and I just think that, you know, Cooler being canon is kind of cool. You get it? Because Cooler, you know, cool. Anyway, so yeah, Cell would drink Cooler, and he would be happy. All the Namekians cheered and celebrated as Nail explained to all of them what Cell had done for them. Cell explained that it was no problem, and the Namekians all cheered, telling him he could come to Namek whenever he wanted. He had saved them. Cell smiled, telling Nail he was happy to help. They then summoned Porunga and made the first wish, to bring back all the Namekians killed by Frieza and his family. The second wish was to restore Namek. Now, Nail has the power level of about 1.5 to 1 million to 800,000, so Cell decides if they should bring back Guru. However, they are all then met with shock when they find out that Guru is actually about to die anyways, so they don't even need to wish him back. Now, Nail is reluctant to just keep Guru inside of him, but Cell tells Nail that Guru will always live forever within him. And so this lets Nail sort of come to peace with having absorbed Guru. And the final wish is, of course, to bring Cell, Goku, and Raditz, as well as Kami, back to Earth. Cell says his farewells to the Namekians, who he actually grew quite fond of, and says maybe he will visit them sometime, and so he is teleported to Earth. And I think we will end it there. So what did you guys think? Now, I do want to mention that the next part is where things are going to get really crazy. I can tell you this what if is going to shock a lot of you, because there's so many things I've got in store for it. I've got a new arc planned, like a new sort of, like 2 new arcs planned for this what if, because a lot of different things are going to be happening. So yeah, hopefully you all will like the way that this what if goes, because, you know, I know a lot of people might not like the next part with what's going to happen in it, but a lot of you maybe will like it, because it's going to be a massive, major twist. So yeah, this is where things get crazy. I've got big things planned for this what if. So yeah, if you did enjoy this part, make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you follow my Instagram and turn the bell on so you never miss an upload. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Laters!